One of the greatest things that fights with our faith is our education. In fact, the more educated you are, the more faithless you become. So they did not argue with Jesus. All they did was that they took from the water, took it to the master of the ceremony. When the man tasted it, he said, all the ceremony have been attending. They leave the worst wine for the last. He said, but this one, you have left the best for the last. Why? Because of instructions. No man can see the hand of God in his life if he does not follow God's instructions. The greatest disservice you can do to yourself is to think that you know how to do it. No wonder the scripture said there is a way that seems right unto a man, but the end of it is what? Destruction. Instruction is where we see the hand of God being made manifest in our lives. And so it is God's instruction that helps us to do the things that God has called us to do. So true faith anchors itself not in circumstance but in what God has said. One of the greatest things you can do to yourself is that when things are going bad, do not look at your circumstance but look at instruction. What has God instructed me to do? In fact, James was speaking. James said faith without works is what? Is dead. So when you say you believe, there is an instruction, there is something that God has said that you should do, that you must do. When God spoke to Abraham, by faith Abraham moved. Many times we are waiting for detailed instruction for us to move. What God does is that God gives you one instruction, and as you believe and obey and follow, He now gives you other instructions. He now makes it clear so that you will be able to do the things that He's calling you to do. But what many of us are doing is that we are waiting for the full details. So God said, go here or do this, get involved in this business. You want the whole details, you want everything. But the unique thing about God is that God, He shows you the end from the beginning, but He does not show you the process. So it's that process that you must learn to trust God. Because if God shows you the process, many of us will sabotage it. We will want to make it happen by ourselves. We will want to do it by ourselves. Joseph was loved by his father. In fact, his father gave him a coat of many colors. So Joseph was saying, I dreamt that all of you will bow to me. In fact, in the mind of Joseph, Joseph was thinking that will happen in his father's house. But he didn't understand that God had a better plan to preserve the children of Israel. One of the reasons God does not give you detail is so that you will not sabotage the plan of God for your life. So a lot of people, because they don't have details, they find it difficult to trust God. So Joseph went to Egypt